Hi, my name is Nadira Campbell, and this is my applied instruction project completed as a requirement of EDU 605 Differentiated Instruction at Post-University. As an overview of my educational context, I work as an education coordinator at a Head Start program in Hartford, Connecticut, where we service children ages birth to 5 years from low-income families. Our classes are heterogeneous and we have a teacher-student ratio of 2 to 18. We use a creative curriculum to support students' learning. For the context of this project, I will be referring to the Head Start program with our preschoolers aged 2.8 to 5 years. Students enter the classroom with varied degrees of learning readiness and individual learning styles influenced by their interests and challenges. For students to thrive and achieve their best potential in school and receive the proper support, direction, and valuable learning experiences, teaching must be responsive to the many differences they bring to the classrooms. For this project, the activities will be for a tree study. In a teaching capacity, I will get to know my varied learners through the home visits we do at the beginning of the school year or once a child joins a class. Because children at this age cannot adequately provide us with the information we need to plan effectively for them, we rely on the parents and our observations and assessments of the students to give us some of it. The home visit will allow me to gain insight into who my students are as I ask parents the questions from the home visit questionnaire and the social emotional screening tool, DECA. Information from the DECA will inform me of the student's ability in the three main protective factors, that's initiative, self-regulation, and attachment/relationships. According to Gadir et al., when teachers assess their students' social emotional development at the beginning of the school year and receive database feedback, it builds their capacity to promote social emotional development for students from underprivileged backgrounds. The Ages and Stages questionnaire will be used to gain insight into students' level of development and the tasks they can complete independently or with support. Vygotsky describes this as a zone of proximal development. I will collaborate with parents to develop a learner profile for each child, noting their strengths, needs, and interests. The information gathered on each student's interests and readiness will guide future planning. For the pre-learning activity, I will engage students in a brainstorming session about trees using a KWL chart. As students share what they know and would like to find out, I will write their initials next to what they said. Knowing what my students already know about a theme and what interests them will help me see what information I need to include in the study and how to differentiate the instruction. The What We Learned section of the chart will be updated at the end of each day during reflection. Clarifications and further information will be given at this time to promote further curiosity and interest in the study. For the during learning activity, I will begin by asking students the question of the day. Are there trees next to our playground? After students share their responses, I will show them a picture of a tree I saw near the playground, then explain that we are walking outside to look for trees. Students will engage in a nature walk. They will be encouraged to look at the different trees and share their observations. As they make their observations, I will point out the different parts of the tree, such as the branches, leaves, trunk, and roots. At this point, I will invite students to collect seeds, sticks, pine cones, and fallen leaves from the ground. If available, I'll use the iPad or my phone to take pictures of the different types of trees the children find to add to the study wall, perhaps a class gallery. Post learning activity, I will invite students to reflect on all they learned about trees so far. Again, I will display the KWL chart to update the what we learned section, right? So it's a what we learned about trees section. As students share what they learned, I'll write their responses on the chart, again with their initials, because, for future reference, I'd like to know which student said what. Now, the chart will be posted where it can be easily accessed to update it with students' ideas throughout the study. Engaging students in a reflection at the end of an activity is a way to reinforce what was learned and also boost their sense of pride when they can identify that they actually learned something new. It is also a way to encourage and inspire them to seek out further new information. Differentiating instruction helps teachers address students' different learning styles and needs in their classrooms. Tomlinson suggests that content can be differentiated based on a student's learning profile, their interests, and readiness. I will differentiate the content for the tree study based on my students' interest. I will curate at least 2 short YouTube videos about the different parts of the tree and set up the media area for my students to enjoy engaging in that area. One way I will vary the process is by setting out parts of a tree on trays, such as the root, leaves, bark, seed, stem, and vine, for students to explore with magnifying glass while describing its texture, color, smell, and shape. The product can be differentiated by giving students the option of creating a scrapbook all about the different parts of a tree. There are different strategies available for differentiating instruction. I can use intentional grouping to differentiate instruction. Students will work in a small group to create a class poster of various trees. This visual arts activity creates an excellent opportunity for students to collaborate creatively. By providing a large sheet of paper and shared drawing tools, preschoolers are encouraged to work collaboratively while sharing materials and space. Another strategy could be tiering instruction. For tiering the activity, Tier 1 could require students to glue parts of the tree on the paper and name each part. The teacher could write the name or the word that the child suggests on the paper. For Tier 2, we could have students draw and color the different parts of a tree on the page of their scrapbook, then tell what they remember about each part they drew. Or students in Tier 3 could draw and color the different parts of the tree, then describe what each part or where each part may be found on the tree. For future goals, I would like to learn more about different strategies to differentiate in different content areas. I'd also like to create an anthology of tiered activities based on the topics in the curriculum that we use right now in our program. And I'd love to complete my reflective journal that I started at the beginning of this course. I will know I have achieved these goals when I can confidently lead professional development training on differentiating instruction. In closing, Students benefit tremendously from instruction that surrounds a topic they find exciting and is tailored to meet their needs. Because students have different learning needs and styles, a mindful teacher will seek to incorporate various strategies to vary instruction content, process, and product. Differentiating instruction is student-centered and requires teachers to be flexible in their approach so students can succeed in their learning. A strategy I appreciate is allowing students to extend their learning. This is step 6 of the format cycle. It's a task-based step and is founded on the principle that students learn best through active participation in meaningful activities. As I have gained so much from this course, I would like to perhaps quote a teacher who would be interested in building capacity in differentiating instruction. Thank you for watching.